What if I told you that the pressure to grow quickly might be sabotaging your entire journey? It sounds dramatic, but stick with me. This uncomfortable truth has been hiding in plain sight. You've probably felt it yourself, a looming deadline, and that nagging sense that you should be improving faster. But why does this pressure weigh so heavily? It's not just about time, it's about expectations, specifically your own expectations. Imagine waking up every day, bombarded by stories of success and the next big breakthrough. You start comparing your progress to someone else's highlight reel, and that little voice in your head whispers, "Why aren't you there yet?" This is where it gets tricky. Many of us set self-imposed deadlines thinking they'll motivate us. But what if I told you they could actually derail your progress? Think about it. Have you ever rushed through a project just to meet a deadline, only to realize later that the quality suffered? That adrenaline might push you forward, but it often leads to burnout, frustration, and even failure. Now let's take a detour. Picture a friend who decided to take up painting. They see others creating breathtaking pieces overnight and, with each passing day, pressure themselves to produce something equally stunning. In their haste, they skip the fundamentals and rush through techniques, causing their passion to turn into dread. Can you relate? The joy of learning gets overshadowed by the weight of urgency, leading you to question your abilities. Here's the hidden cause: fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being left behind. This stress builds a wall between you and your true potential, and the more you push against it, the more it pushes back. But there's a light at the end of this tunnel. Imagine shifting your focus from deadlines to milestones. What if you celebrated small wins instead of fixating on the finish line? Consider a runner training for a marathon. Instead of obsessing over their finish time, they focus on their daily runs. Each stride builds endurance, and each breath fuels their passion. Over time, they see real growth, not just in speed, but in resilience. This is the key. It's not about racing against time, it's about pacing yourself through the journey. Allow yourself to enjoy the process and embrace the ups and downs. As you reflect on your own path, remember this: the pressure to improve quickly can cloud your vision. What if you took a step back, took a deep breath, and asked yourself what truly matters? Think about your journey. Are you rushing, or are you genuinely growing? It's never too late to shift your focus. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts below. Let's start a conversation about sustainable growth, one step at a time. Because in the end, it's not about how fast you get there, it's about how deeply you learn along the way. You might feel like you are racing against time on your personal growth journey, but that pressure to improve quickly could actually hold you back. Those self-imposed deadlines can undermine your long-term success. Picture this: you set a goal to learn a new skill in just 1 month. You dive in fueled by excitement, but soon that thrill morphs into anxiety. Many don't realize that pushing too hard can lead to burnout. Instead of reaching new heights, you might find yourself stuck in a cycle of stress and disappointment, sleepless nights, overwhelming resources, and that nagging feeling of not measuring up. Now, think back to the last time you rushed to achieve a goal, maybe learning an instrument or getting fit. You likely felt frustrated, questioning your abilities, and even doubting your worth. That's the tricky nature of pressure. It can turn something you love into a chore. As you rush, the joy of learning fades, and you become fixated on the end result instead of enjoying the process. This rush is a common pitfall. Many believe that speed equals success. Here's the serious part: when you're racing against the clock, you miss out on important lessons. You might overlook foundational skills, thinking they aren't necessary. But without those basics, you're building a shaky house of cards, and it's only a matter of time before it all collapses. Imagine investing your time in something you love, but every mistake feels like a burden. The urgency blinds you to the joy of discovery. You are not just learning, you're merely surviving, and that's not what growth should feel like. So, how can you break free from this cycle? Start by changing your perspective. Instead of imposing strict deadlines, embrace a flexible approach. Give yourself the grace to learn at your own pace. Remember the times when exploration and curiosity guided you. What if you could reclaim that mindset? The freedom to stumble and thrive can lead to deeper understanding and lasting growth. Here's something to ponder: growth is a race. It's a journey filled with twists and turns. Allow yourself to savor every moment, even the uncomfortable ones. As you navigate your path, remember to slow down, breathe, and let your journey unfold. If you found value in this discussion, consider sharing your thoughts or hitting that follow button. Your journey matters, and I can't wait to see where it takes you. Have you ever felt that nagging anxiety when setting a deadline for your personal growth? You're not alone. The pressure might be sabotaging your entire journey. What if I told you that the rush to improve could backfire? Many believe deadlines are great motivators, but they might actually set you up for failure. You could be racing toward your goals, but have you considered the toll it takes on your ability to truly absorb and learn? Imagine juggling work, family, and a new skill you're eager to master. Every tick of the clock feels like a heavy weight on your shoulders. The emails pile up, the kids need your attention, and your mind races with the fear of falling behind. Sound familiar? Here's the unsettling truth: you might be undermining your long-term growth without even realizing it. Picture yourself studying for hours, sacrificing sleep, and skipping meals, thinking this is what it takes to succeed. But this mindset could blind you to a crucial reality: the more stressed you feel, the harder it is for your brain to retain information. Your body is fighting against you while you're trying to push it to perform. Think about a friend who aimed to learn a new language in just 3 months. They dove in headfirst, cramming vocabulary and grammar into every spare moment. But as the weeks passed, the joy of learning turned into dread, and instead of mastering the language, they began to forget words. Can you see how pressure can turn a passion into a burden? Here's the kicker: your brain is a machine. It thrives in environments that encourage exploration, not stress. Yet, many of us overlook this fact. The fear of not measuring up pushes us into In this frantic race against time, burnout often creeps in. As you get caught in this cycle, you start to associate learning with anxiety rather than excitement. The more you feel like you're failing, the less motivated you become, spiraling into self-doubt. So, what's the alternative? How can you break free from this self-imposed prison? Start small. Instead of aiming for a finish line, focus on enjoying the process, even if it feels slower. What if you took a step back and allowed yourself the grace to learn at your own pace? Consider setting a goal based on consistency rather than speed. Imagine waking up each day excited about what you're